Hi, my name is Ujana Eloy. I am the director, producer, and creator of the film opener, The Rosy Bloom. And I'm going to be doing my creative critical reflection by answering some questions. All right, so the first question is, how does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? So first and foremost, my film opener is based on this town, which at first appears to be very calm and very nice. And all of this calmness and goodness is being held by this flower, which one night was found um, burning. So, and after that, everything just turned into chaos and destruction. So this could challenge the conviction of manipulation and controlling of a group of people to doing or looking a certain way. And it can also be based on the theory of government controlling us in a way. And it represents the social issues of violence because, as I mentioned, so right here, it starts out very calm, but after the main source, which held those peaceful and the goodness that got destroyed, everybody kind of showed their true intention and turned to violence as the ultimate source for justice and for being kept that way. All right, so the second question is, how does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? My film opener is a mystery genre, which is a very intriguing type on its own, but it does contain it some twists which makes it very captivating and interesting. For instance, as I mentioned, it does a complete 180 comparing to the first part of the movie and the second part of the movie or the opener. And and at the end of the film opener where the three candles are, it was a clue of who potentially burned it and who is responsible for all the chaos. But it's kind of a silhouette of a person, so it keeps the audience on their toes, wondering who did it and how would the movie escalate, or and how would it end at the end? What would happen? So, because it does involve some violences and fire scenes, it will be rated as PG-13, but it will be advertised as digital posters and trailers and posted in corresponding popular social media sites. Then it will be distributed in movie theaters first, and after a while, it will be put in popular streaming sites such as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and etc. So the third question is, how did your production skills develop throughout this project? So coming into this project, I absolutely did not know anything about film production, which is one of the reasons why I chose this class. So I learned quite a bit of things, which is very useful and is very helpful to know. So I learned about the different camera shots, angles, movements, and how important all of those are to while telling a story. The lighting is also the use of lighting is also very important, and it can drastically change a shot depending on how you want to be portrayed towards the audience. The music is also a very important factor because it needs to correlate to the different scenes and the whole film in general. I have never used Premiere Pro, which is what I use for the editing prospect, but that was also kind of fun to learn. I learned how to add transitions, filters, and kind of adjust the speed of the certain shots and in certain shots. So overall, I initially took this class to be familiarized with cinematography, and I felt that this project helped me with that and enhanced my knowledge tremendously. And these, uh, in the first part, I use some pan shot zooms, some tilt shots, to be able to capture the setting. So yeah. So the fourth question is, how did you integrate technology, software, hardware, and online in this project? Starting with hardware, I use my phone for most of the filming. I use my iPhone and I film all of it in there. And I also use my computer for all the editing, and I did use a flash drive in order to keep all the shots saved because I am using my school computer and I did not want all of the filming to get lost overnight. So I had to safely place them in a drive. So for software, I use, as I mentioned before, Premiere Pro for all the editing, but I use the camera feature on my phone, specifically the video components, to be able to film all the shots. And I did some filming in time lapse and slow motion. The blood scene was in slow motion and the town scene was in time lapse. Timeline, yeah. And for online, I use an online website to be able to retrieve the sound that I use, which is the music Untold. Very good song. But and I use that website as well to be able to retrieve some scenes that I could not film on my own, such as the chaos scene and as well as the people walking scenes, because I did not have a lot of materials and people helping me as well. And I use YouTube in order to upload the video, the draft, and the final cut, and then pasting the link into the Aice Media blog site. Alright, so this is the end of my creative critical reflection, and thank you.